Everybody? Oh, come on, Sophia. We've done this old chair routine before. Come on. Serious.
Hi, everybody. I heard the title was Celebrate.
Yeah, it kind of is. You look like you're ready to go. Come on in. Welcome to episode, what are we at? 24 of Draw With Me Kids edition. And today we're going to do a little something special because somebody might have some reason to celebrate. Maybe you guys have some reason to celebrate too, like a really awesome summer that you've had, or maybe even getting ready to go to school, or maybe like Miss Rainbow's here, a birthday party celebration.
I wasn't here last week, but I'm here now.
Hello! We're glad that you are here to join us. It's okay if you weren't here last week. We always have the videos up if you want to ever watch them again later. So, let's get this party started, right? Get your pencils, your papers, your pens, and erasers. And let's go. So, we have here, we did dimensional shapes last week, and it was really kind of an exploration of seeing how we can make things 3D. And we had the arch illager and a zombie from Minecraft as part of our requests in this cat face. And we had these three lovely people do it all together. I think it's 3 generations in one room working together. That's awesome, guys. We love seeing that. And you did such great jobs. This is what I did with my arch illager, the cat, and showing how shading can help.
Cheshire Cat.
Cheshire Cat. How shading can help make you look like you have a 3-dimensional thing. And then Miss Rainbows took us through how using lines can help us make things look 3-dimensional. And then of course here's Miss Rainbow's own collection. Her sphere, her pyramid, she did different bases, and her prism.
And my cube.
Oh, and your cube, yeah.
I have my volcano sphere, my
volcano,
ocean pyramid, my lightning prism, and my nature cube.
You did them all based off of themes, of elemental themes. So this week, wait, you guys seen me all set up here. Let's set to split screen like you guys are used to. I don't have anything near as fancy as Miss Rainbow's does on today. So today we're going to do this a little differently. Whatever reason you might have to celebrate, whether you want to make a birthday card for a friend, or as I know, one of our wonderful regular artists likes Undertale, so maybe you can do a Death Day party as well. You could have wedding celebration. You can use this for whatever you want. Got a new toy celebration? You can do that too. So we're going to make a few things that you would normally find at a birthday party, right?
Yeah.
So, and you can change this into whatever scene you want to do. So I'm going to start out with my favorite part of the birthday, cake. And if you were with us last week, and if you weren't, that's okay, we're going to do a 3-dimensional shape to start off. And it's called...
Cake, can we start trivia?
Yeah. So, as you see, Miss Rainbows has taken her piece of paper and she's folded it to make a card. Because she's making hers for somebody very special in her life, which I won't give it away because maybe they're watching who might be celebrating a birthday or has celebrated a birthday fairly recently. That doesn't give it away, does it? So start off with a very long oval shape.
Hold on, I'm going to make a cake in the middle of the H.
In the middle of the H. Okay.
And I'm working on the title page.
Working on the title page. Okay.
I've done a really like sketch cake and a sketch candle as decoration.
A sketch cake and a sketch candle, something that you sketch. Okay, and you put
Not
2 long
pretty
lines. These are pretty easy follow-through directions, okay, guys? 2 long lines like that on either side. And then you can do a parallel rounded line, sort of an arch that parallels the one
Like the
right
arch
here.
illager from last week that we did.
Not like the arch illager.
It's an arch.
I guess it's kind of like an arch, eh? So you do a parallel line just like that, and you have your cylinder. Looks kind of cake-like too, right? This is where I would like to, maybe if you want to do a multi-tier cake, because you're super ambitious and creative like that, you would just do the same thing, but a little smaller. Either above, if you're doing above, it would be smaller. If you're doing below, it would be larger. I'll show you both.
I'm making a giant candle on the top of my cake.
And then you could have a multi-tier cake. And you just sort of erase where each tier overlaps. So if you wanted to make that below here, you do your oval. I'm just not even going to bother. Okay, I will, because I want to show you guys. There's your oval and your lines, and then you have a 3-tier cake. That's if you want to. You don't have to do that.
I have a giant candle on my multi-tiered cake.
You do have a giant candle on your multi-tier cake. You don't have to have all these tiers if you want to. And then the cool thing about making your own cake and for your own celebration is that you can put whatever you want on it. So if you want to decorate it with dragons, because I love dragons, I'm going to do some curvy lines to make it look like maybe a little dragon is peeking around the corner. Maybe have his little tail stick out. I'm going to do polka dots. You can decorate this with whatever you like. I'm just using different things that I like. And then you could have fancy trim. This is the kind of cake I like to make because I'm not very good at decorating real life cakes. It's true. I'm actually very bad at decorating real life cakes. But I do anyway because it's fun. Maybe I'll have a candle. So how do I draw the candle? That's actually, the candle is just basically the same shape we did for the cake. Start that again so you guys can see what I'm doing here, okay? So I could do my oval, 2 super long lines depending on how tall you want that candle to be, and there's my candle. Now one of the things I like to do is give the impression that the candle's been burning a little bit and melted the side of it. So I take and do a little angle like this on my candle. Boop. And there. I add a little teardrop on top and a little line to connect it, and there is my lit candle. Because I've drawn so many candles, I can almost sort of do any step that I want and start with that. But it's basically taking a cylinder. And there, I don't know, this is going to be, I'm going to do one more candle right in front. And how do you make it look like it's in front of everything? You overlap them and shift the bottom slightly. It's not all in the same spot, it just looks like it's in front of the other 3. Are you ready for trivia while I decorate the rest of this cake?
Yeah.
Because your cake is probably already decorated. It's a teeny tiny cake on the letter H. Except it's multi-tiered. Can we get a close-up of that? Look at that. 1 candle. I'm going to do this. Alright, well I'm ready for some trivia. And as you'll recall, Miss Rainbows didn't want to go look up her own trivia this week. She asked me to do it for her. So, this is all stuff I found out. And if your parents or you are patrons on patreon.com, SamINR, you'll have at least 2 answers for 2 of these questions. Because I always give hints just before. True.
And Mom, that means you, Mommy, cannot.
I cannot answer this week because I made them.
Number 1. Why were restaurants and public places not allowed to sing happy birthday to you until very recently. This is not a multi-choice question.
Yeah.
You have to come up with an answer.
Why weren't people allowed to sing happy birthday in public places or on restaurants or heck even in movies or TV until very recently? I know, it's not multiple choice.
Don't worry, everybody. This is the only question that is not multiple choice.
I know, sometimes it's much more fun to have multiple choice to guess from, but this is the only one. And parents might get this one too, because there were a lot of jokes about it. I'm gonna make this a drip cake drip into the ocean. Drip in the ocean. Oh wait, that's cake by the ocean. You can have little characters that pop up on this too. I don't know, whatever you like. I'm working on this. Well, we're gonna take a guess. I'll give you a hint. It's not because everybody didn't know how to sing happy birthday to you. Because no one could remember the words. No, I think a lot of people could remember those words. They're pretty easy to remember. It's a good guess, though.
Yeah, it's literally just happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear. Then you'd say the person's name.
Oh my gosh. No,
Happy
that's going to get too expensive. Want to give the answer?
Yeah. Happy birthday to you is considered under copyright until 2010 in North America and 2017 in Europe, when it was determined to be a song in the public domain. Before that, it would cost companies and businesses $700 to sing happy birthday each and every time. Most people ignored that. And I've added a little thing that my mom told me earlier. That for a movie to sing it,
yeah,
it was $1,000.
$10,000.
$10,000.
Yeah.
$10,000.
I'm adding, because this is a cake I'm imagining going to give to Miss Rainbows, and it's something that she and I would love is dragons together and pandas together. So this is sort of a birthday cake, and the candles are not an indication of her age. She's not 3.
I am not going to be 3.
You're a very, very eloquent 3-year-old if you are.
When
so I just
was
did
happy birthday written to you written?
When was the song written? This is a multiple choice.
1893, 1912, 1953, or 1990.
So the answers, or the questions are A, 1893, B, 1912, C, what was it, 1953? Did I get that right?
A, 1893, B, 1912, C, 1953, D, 1990.
1990. Okay. Well, I guess it depends on how old you think I am. I can tell you my grandmother taught me happy birthday. Okay, the next part I wanted to show everybody is I made a plate underneath, which is just doing another oval, which follows the same lines along what your birthday cake would be, or your celebration cake, and you just place it underneath without crossing over.
My cake is actually dripping down the H because there's no plate on it.
Well, that's okay. If you wanted a plate, that is. And if you wanted to take a birthday cake that had a cut out of it, because maybe that would be cool, I'll show you that too. You can just take a straight line and run a parallel straight line there, and you erase that sort of back into there a bit. And you would want to show where the lines are on the inside of the cake. So if it's a double tier cake, you might want to show a bit of the icing here. And I'll make this a vanilla celebration cake with little chocolates or something in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be sort of what you'd see if a piece of cake was taken out of the birthday cake.
So, anybody have any answers?
So yeah, do you have anybody have any answers for when was Happy Birthday to You, the song written? A, B, C, or D? It's funny because right at the moment I can't see anything about our video. You know, Emily's here because she made a comment. We know that Dougie's here because he made a comment. So what I'm going to do next for the birthday thing while Sophia's going to give the answer, Miss Rainbows. Do you want to give the answer?
Yeah. The combination of melody and lyrics appeared together for the first time in 1912. Teachers and sisters Patty and Mildred Hill created the Good Morning All song in 1893, which is what the Happy Birthday song was inspired by. So the answer, just to clarify, or to be clear, everybody,
To be clear, yeah.
is 1912.
1912.
B, which A is also a very
Good answer, actually, yeah.
good answer, but it's B. Not all cultures have birthday celebrations like we do in Canada. In Russia, what is the birthday girl or boy expected to do on their birthday? A, dance for their friends. B, bring small presents like candies to their class. C, stand on their head for a number of seconds equal to their age. Or D, sleep all day.
I like sleep all day. I want to sleep all day some days. I'm so tired sometimes. Maybe it's just being an older person. Not that
I have an idea for some celebration thing.
I'm about to show one in just a second while we're waiting.
A cupcake. I know how to make a cupcake.
Well, I can show you that too. But first I'm going to show you how you make, if you cut a piece out of this cake, maybe you have it standing nicely on a plate. So make a little rectangle. It's at a bit of an angle on this plate. And you can erase where it overlaps. And then a curve. Kind of like the side of your cake. And a straight line. So it's sort of a triangle with a curve. And that looks like somebody has cut a piece of cake out. And remember, whatever you decorated the cake on the outside with, to decorate it on the edge here too, to make it look like it came out of that. And that would be how you do a piece of cut of the cake. So what is a celebration? Kind of goes with this question actually about what Russian children do as a tradition. Some, not all of them, but according to our research, this is a tradition.
Can I also teach people how to draw a cupcake?
Yeah, we'll get to the cupcake in a second. We're going to answer the question. I was just going to say, one of the things that you think about when you're celebrating something is you like to give yourself a treat. That's not just cake. You want to well, you don't give yourself that. Other people tend to, at least here in North America. Presents. Let's put a present in here. You know how to do a present. You are my absolute
easy
cube creator.
First off, draw a square.
I'm going to draw an odd
Emily,
shape.
this is also a good lesson for you on how to draw cubes.
Yeah, if you missed it last week, this is something we did last week. I'm going to draw a prism because I want mine to be an odd shape.
Now, the top corner, the way you want the back of your cube to be, draw a square, but make sure the bottom corner opposite to the corner that it's overlapping.
I'm just going to do mine in dotted lines so you can see why it's... Actually, it's not dotted. I'll just do that.
So you look on my screen.
I'll follow Sophia's. Sophia's is a very long present. Mine is a very tall present.
Then,
She loves doing these.
you see this corner here that I'm pointing at with my finger there to make it more clear. Look for that corner on the other shape, which mine is here, and draw a line straight connecting them. Then draw and keep doing that for every corner.
I'm going to do Jazz here because I'm a little bit ahead. So I've got all mine connected, and then what I did...
Now,
and
that's
Sophia's
exactly
probably
what I'm
gonna
going to
guess.
show you. Where's my eraser? The eraser that you gave me doesn't work very well. It's smushy with pencils.
How about that white pencils?
No, the white pencil one is the smushy one.
Oh. Sorry.
It's okay.
So, I went
Very
ahead and
tiny
did it.
rainbow
She's gonna-
eraser.
Yeah, the rainbow should work. Yeah. I erased what parts are overlapping.
Yeah, you should erase the parts that overlap.
I like to wrap mine in a ribbon.
My stuff is falling out of my pencil case. Ah.
We're testing our school supplies.
Next. What you want to do? Like my mum is already.
Sorry.
Because she wasn't waiting.
Sorry.
Take and draw a straight line down the middle. Then draw another straight line parallel to that. Then on every side that you could see.
Every side you can see. So you wouldn't do them all. Unless you wanted to go super duper crazy, you could do a lot more. I like to thicken up the lines a little bit on the actual present so you can tell the difference, but I'm also not varying my line shape too much so you guys can see what I'm drawing.
Next.
You're doing a different bow, so you show us your bow. I just did
Draw
poopy.
like a heart shape, but don't put the point at the bottom. Then instead of your point, draw wavy, curvy shapes. Then make a parallel line to that. Draw two of them so your bow looks like the one on the top of my present.
I like it. So you put little...
Then draw a circle in the middle.
She's doing little
Where the
wavy
dip
lines.
is on your heart. Then in the corner, in the sides of your hearts with the bump, draw a circle on the inside. And it looks like you tied a bow.
Kind of like that. And it looks like you tied a bow. I've done mine with multiple parts on my ribbon, so that's why it looks a little different. You do it any way you want to do it. And then you can put whatever pattern you want on this. You could put, if you wanted to do something spooky, like it's a Halloween party, you could do bats. If you wanted to do something just geometric, you can do circles or squares. I'm going to do stripes, because I'm into stripes today. That's what I want to do, is stripes. Because I'm also...
I'm gonna add paw prints on mine.
You're going to put paw prints on yours?
Yeah.
So I've sort of tried to make that illusion of 3 dimensions again by using my stripes going along the edge of the box in a way that makes it look like they're continuing on the edge in a 3D way. So we've got presents. You could do even a present that was really oddly shaped. And one of the jokes that you can sort of get is if somebody gave you a teddy bear and tried to wrap it. They're really hard to wrap. And it's hard to tell. So sometimes if you just draw the shape of what you're drawing with really simple shapes, just like we've been showing you all along. In this case, I'm going to draw this teddy bear with a circle head, a sort of a slightly pear-shaped body, 2 arches for hands and 2 round pieces for legs, and then the ears. And we don't want to get into details of this guy's face. Imagine, use your imaginations, close your eyes and think about this. Where would the paper go on this guy and still wrap him? So I'm going to imagine somebody started here and tried to do a straight line across and then sort of wrapped and taped him here, and maybe it got stuck. I changed that up a bit. Maybe they wrapped it and it got stretchy there, and they wrapped here and try to stretch it across the ears. I'm just imagining this paper, and then I'm going to go in and erase my teddy bear shape a bit. Not all the way, because I'm going to imagine that this paper is stretched across the teddy bear shape. So you can kind of still see there's a bear in there. I'm going to put
sometimes when my grandma and grandpa get me teddy bears, they put him in the box so it's not that obvious that they got me a teddy bear.
Maybe this is like a little collar and they can't help it. So yeah, you could put it in a box, or you could put it whatever if you're trying to disguise what it is. But sometimes you get those presents that are really weird shaped and you don't know what they are. It's because somebody's had a hard time trying very hard to wrap it with paper.
There.
I always like
There's
having
my
a weird one
present
as a
box.
little bit of a joke, as a visual gag.
Now, I
Okay,
want
so
to
we got
help
present
everybody draw a cupcake.
You want to put a cupcake in there. Some people like to have cupcakes instead of cakes, so let's do a cupcake.
So, first,
This is all going to be part of the same picture. I'm
If you
building
want-
this as I can.
if you want to have a plate, draw an oval shape. Which I'm going to have a plate because this is going to be on the ground. Next, once you've got your plate, do a slightly diagonal line going in both ways if you need a look. I made mine pretty diagonal.
That's going to be a big cupcake.
You can
I
make
like
it as small as you like or as big as you like, tilted. Then put a little oval connecting between the 2 lines on the bottom
That's a good way to do it.
to make the plate kind of look like a donut, but yeah. You're going ahead of me, Mommy.
Sorry, carry on.
Next.
If you'll notice when I draw in particular, I erase as I go. Sometimes I forget that I've got to wait for the step.
Next, put another oval between, like half an oval between your cupcake, and then kind of make these,
Like this?
like, yeah, then kind of
Looks
make
like a
little,
cup
like,
of tea.
claw-like things off the edge.
Mhm.
Because you have to make them as small or big as you like, because that's the part of the oval that you'll see, because the bigger the gap is, the more frosting or icing will be on your cupcake. So
I
make
like
a
that
really
shape.
curvy line up.
Okay, you can't see my wordy curvy line because I have a present behind it, so I'm just going to erase the corner of the present that's going to be covered.
Then draw another curvy
I have a
wavy
question
line
for
down.
you.
Mhm.
What do Russian kids do for their birthday? I don't know,
Russian
but-
children were traditionally expected to come bearing small gifts like candies for their class to bring on to school on their birthdays.
There you go. They have to bring their own candies to the class.
In Vietnam and other Asian cultures,
Vietnam.
I can't talk that way.
That's okay.
You would
you're
celebrate turning another year older when?
Ah.
A, the actual birthday, of course. Duh. B, at Tet, Lunar New Year. Or C, at New Year's Eve, December 31st.
Okay, so A, on your birthday, or on their birthday.
On their birthday? Duh.
I like that she added the duh. B, Lunar New Year, or Tet. Or C, New Year's Eve, December 31st. Or they don't celebrate. Oh no, that's not one at all. They don't celebrate birthdays at all.
That's not an option.
That's not an option.
But
that's my wave.
The next bit of the cupcake is add some quarter bits of an oval.
Yeah, you can sort of add where the icing would overlap. Is I think what you're getting over.
Yeah.
Yep. So wow, this is looking like quite the spread on a birthday. I want it to be a little more obvious that it's a bear. Maybe there's another box back here while I'm waiting for your cupcakes.
Now, if you really want to, you can put a cherry on the top. On the top, draw a little circle and draw a little line up. Then make a parallel line to that and a tiny little bitty circle on the top. And there's your cherry on the top of your cupcake.
That's cool. I like that you put a cherry.
Next, we're going to take our erasers. I'm going to go get a better eraser. I know where one is. I'm going to do it really quick.
While she's doing that,
you can erase the overlapping lines in your cupcake.
Yes, you can erase.
Except for the ones overlapping on the icing that we just drew.
You can erase the overlapping lines where your cupcake is over your plate, for example. If you wanted to draw, if you drew your cupcake so you had sort of like you drew your cake and did it connecting like that, you would erase that line, especially if you did big icing like that. You could erase that line. Those are a couple ways you can do it. All right.
So you can.
So we've got quite the spread here. I think there is two things missing, really, and an answer to the question. Because I don't know if anybody's playing trivia today. That's okay. We didn't have any trivia last week.
The next answer. For some, the traditional time to celebrate in Vietnam would be at Tet, or the Lunar Year. It is a celebration for everyone, recognizing a new year and a new opportunity. Children and the elderly get lucky money presents. For some Asian cultures, the year you are born, you are considered 1 year old on your first New Year. Or your first lunar year. So, here's a really funny thing. Say you were born December, 5th.
Yeah.
Okay? The next lunar year is February.
Sometimes January.
Yeah. You would be considered one at the next lunar year. Before the next lunar year. Even though it hasn't even been a year since you were born.
Yeah. It's a time to measure the number of lunar years you've been around.
Yeah.
Even if that was only for a week or a month. I think it's kind of cool. Some places don't even celebrate birthdays. Or celebrate your age.
Wow.
Yeah. Like in Greece rather, I don't know if it's as common anymore, but you would celebrate your name day. So if you were named after a saint in Greek Orthodox culture, you would celebrate on the day of that saint's name day. You would celebrate the same day. It would be sort of like a birthday party, but on the name day of your saint. I love finding out different ways people celebrate things, or how people get together, whether it's with family or friends. And I know that this year has been a particularly hard year to celebrate anything because we're all far apart, but we're finding ways, aren't we? Like Miss Rainbows is going to do everything on Minecraft.
Yay!
So she's going to celebrate this year while staying safe.
So?
Alright, so what I'm going to do, because we're not quite done this party, I'm making a line right along the back. This, I've decided, is going to be my table. So I'm going to add a background in here. It's going to be my table. And one of the things that I like about what we do here in Canada anyway, and probably other places around the world, is use balloons.
Oh, I know what I'm going to draw.
So I'm going to draw some balloons here.
Balloons are pretty easy.
They're just
squiggly lines and a circle.
I start with a big oval.
For oval.
Like an egg. Kind of like we do our heads. I have not done it quite. And on one end...
I know a thing that I love
What
for
do you
parties
love?
and celebrations.
What do you love?
Fireworks!
Well, you better add some fireworks on your picture then. I then add a little cone or a little triangle that has a round base, and that's sort of the place where you tie your balloons off. You can make your balloon as big or as little as you want, and I like to make them in multiple bunches. So maybe we've got a bouquet of balloons. So you'll sort of draw another oval that's behind this one. If you want to draw the whole oval, you can do that. Go ahead and draw the whole oval if you need to, because sometimes I find drawing a shape properly behind something is hard. And then you can just erase that line because they're overlapping. And you do that. And now I have two balloons. And then maybe there's one just hiding in behind. And if you're trying again, you need to see the whole shape. Here's my oval. I just drew dotted lines. You might see just the tail of the balloon there peeking through. So if you're ever in doubt when you're drawing about where something's going to go, don't worry. Draw the whole shape, and sometimes that can help you feel like you know what's going on. So maybe this package has the balloons attached, and there's 3 strings attached to it. And I tend to put the strings there. You can put them to the side. You can, so it sort of looks like this instead. However you want to show that it's tied to the balloon. So we have balloons. You want to do fireworks. Well, before I do a firework, I like to do banners.
You forgetting about the party hats? There's party hats involved in birthdays too, you know.
I forgot about the party hats. That was one of my conditions from Miss Rainbow's here, that she wanted somebody to be wearing a party hat or have a party hat. Well, I'm going to make this little character then with the hair have a party hat. She's super small. You can have somebody wear the party hat, or you can have somebody, or you can just have a party hat sitting on the ground. Maybe I will do both. She and the panda will have party hats first off. So a party hat is just the shape of either a triangle, or you can do a crown even if you want it as a party.
Or a cone.
Because Miss Rainbows has a Happy New Year crown on. So you want to do a crown? Or not a crown. A regular party hat? Are you showing off your...
Happy New Year.
Yeah, she got all dressed up here for this. Okay. So you just do a triangle, boop, boop, or like an open gator mouth, sitting on top of what you're drawing it on, and then a tiny round
I did
base,
a party hat.
which makes it look like a cone.
I made a party hat and it's on somebody's head, but the balloons are tied to the party hat.
The balloons are tied to the party hat. That's pretty cool. Yeah. We're doing a lot of round shapes for this drawing here. Now by drawing this line, I'm trying to keep everything in front of it so it looks like it's all sitting on the table. And then hanging from above, maybe we have a really cool banner. That doesn't match up. There we go. Again, if you want to see how that looks going all the way through, just like that. I don't want you to go into tablet mode. Thank you. So I've drawn my banner. I'm making my banner go behind the balloons though, so I'll erase this line I've made. That's just to help me make sure I can see where I'm going. And then you can draw a straight line down, and then a parallel round line. Oops, I really want to go lift that up too soon, don't I? Just like that. Then you can write whatever you want on that banner. Sometimes you might have pennants instead, so triangles. Like that as a decoration. Kind of like upside down party hats. And you can
You
write...
just gave me ideas for what I want to have for my birthday.
No. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I love when I inspire people. Especially you.
I want to have a line of upside down party hats. I want to buy a ton of party hats. I want to buy a string, and I want to tie up the string on the walls. Then I want to put upside down party hats on it.
So maybe you have that, and maybe you can write happy birthday on there, or you can write congratulations on making it through 2020 so far. I think that's a reason to celebrate. It's been a wacky year.
Wacky year!
You can celebrate finding a new pencil or getting a new pencil. I have all kinds of reasons I like celebrating. Sometimes I forget the importance of celebrating something. But don't you feel so much better when you like get excited or happy about something and you smile about it, and you have that to look forward to or remind yourself of, like, if you're not having a good day, then you can go, yeah, I had so much fun celebrating, drawing, or playing, or I love celebrations.
I'm making it look like somebody's holding up my cupcake in front of a firework.
In front of a firework. I didn't do fireworks in the background. If you want to draw fireworks, fireworks are really tricky to capture because they move so fast. They're super bright and sparkly, and they're fire. Fire, again, as we learned a couple weeks ago, it's not all that easy to draw, is it, sometimes? But you can do all kinds of things to represent fireworks. You can have sort of like a flower spray. I just do sort of
my firework
teardrop
is
shapes.
flying into the sky, but it's about to explode.
And then I dot them to show where maybe they've traveled. I like that yours is, so I've done this too, so the traveling of it being shot into the sky.
Oh my god, I just forgot what I want. I know what I want to do, but I forgot what they're called, and I love them. They're the things you put in your mouth and you blow. And they stick out.
Noisemakers. With the streamers on the end. Those could be fun too.
I'm gonna draw one.
What are some things that you guys like to do when you celebrate? Do you like to have good food with your friends? Do you like to listen to some music?
Do you like to sit with your family and friends?
Yeah, you love sitting.
Yeah. I said sit with your family and friends.
Sit. I said sit.
No, I heard sing.
Oh, I like to sing too. I didn't mean sing, but sure, I like singing. One of my favorite games to play is Rock Band, because I get to sing. You get to sing. I never thought I would have to share the microphone ever on Rock Band, because everybody else plays instruments, and I usually sing because nobody else wants to. But guess what? My assistant doesn't only like to draw; she wants to sing too.
Could you tell from me?
Yeah, Facebook is showing me that there are some problems. So I have 2 comments, and that is that. It's okay, guys. Do you have any more trivia?
No, that was it.
Got it.
The lunar year question was it.
So I've got some fireworks going on. I've got a banner, which I haven't written happy birthday on, but that's okay. I've got pennants. You want to learn how to draw one of those?
I have one, but I don't.
So I always start with sort of a cylinder almost, 2 straight lines and 2 curves. And then if it's closed, I'll draw my circle. This is what she's talking about. I'll draw my circle, and then I'll go from the center right along here parallel and start to curl like a snail.
I want to get something for celebration.
Okay. And then I put a little extra pipe on it because there's usually that thing. So that would be it. That's how I would draw one of those closed. Looks like a snail with a pipe on it. And open, I do the same line, except I'd extend that line out and make it a little bit wider because sometimes it's coming towards you. This is really rough. Oh, you do have one.
I'll show everybody.
So yeah, you could add frills on it like Miss Rainbows has on hers.
This one doesn't really curl in as much, but
it's kind of old too. And after a while, you kind of... Have you ever had that problem when you get one of these things and you just get so enthusiastic and it gets stuck out or it doesn't come back in? Yeah.
I just have to press the air out of it.
So now that we've drawn it, you get to color your creation. What? But we're getting close to the end here. We've got about 10 minutes to go.
I'm only going to color a bit.
You're going to color a bit? I'm going to let everybody see what you're coloring. We'll color a little bit before we have to go. Since I know some of my favorite colors and some of Miss Rainbow's favorite colors, we'll go with some pinks and purples and turquoise. One of the things I like the most is getting a present or making a present. I love making presents for people. I love doing artwork for people. I love doing crafts for people. I love making cookies and cakes. But I love getting something for somebody, for my friend, and it's something that another friend of mine taught me, and I guess I had that philosophy too, but he put it so much nicer, is that I like to buy something that I know that I would want to keep myself, but I know that my friend would love too. So like a good, a lot of good thought goes into it. And that you've got the right present when you get really excited and you kind of don't want to give it away because it's like so good. It's also you want to give it away because you want to see what they're going to say. So I try to do that when I do my own artwork for people.
Like when I got a duplicate of one of my favorite little mini Beanie Boo from McDonald's, and our whole Secret Santa was coming up, and I hadn't picked anything for my present. And then I realized I could give my friend this duplicate because I have one, and I like this so much. So I did, and she loved it.
That's cool. I like that.
I actually saw her cuddling it one day at school.
So yeah, it sort of shows, I find that it just sort of shows that you really know what your friends like and they know what you like, and it's sort of a neat exchange that way, I find. I'm just going to do solid colors today. I'm not going to do any 3D stuff today. I'm just, especially since we've got 9 minutes. Oh my gosh. Make this a cupcake. That is Sophie's favorite colors. Miss Rainbow's loves cyan.
Turquoise.
Turquoise. Turquoise. So yeah, you can take any of these shapes or designs, cakes, how to make candles, and then use those to make whatever type of celebration you want to do, whether it's something spooky and haunted or something very fairy-like, very delicate, very nature. So you can start adding nature to it. It's totally up to your imagination. So we are going to have one more week of regular time slot for Draw With Me Kids Edition. Next week we're going to do another week at the same time. You want to tell the theme?
Apples and fall and back to school.
Backpacks, whether you're staying home and learning online, whether you're going to school, whether you're learning from your mom and dad, we're going to do some back to school fall-like themes. Like apples and backpacks and what supplies you need. We'll just sort of celebrate that. And we're going to do that at 1 p.m. Wednesdays, 1 p.m. again. And then we'll know probably better next week what we're going to decide to do for Draw With Me Kids as we go on, because
we're still going to be doing it, just we can't do it at that same time because I will be at school.
Miss Rainbows will be going to school. At least right at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So she won't be able to do it with us. And we need to talk about whether she's okay if I come on and do shorter versions while she's away, that she can follow along later and show you her artwork. Or whether we're going to do it on the weekend, or whether we're going to do it after school. So you guys can all join us too. And nobody misses. I mean, you don't really miss anything if you're not here live with us, because we also have it up at Sam Mayan Art on YouTube. And we have them in a playlist, so you can watch all of them if you want, or just the ones you want to pick. Totally up to you how you want to do it. I got a little quiet when I'm coloring, as you can tell. There we go. So how is your card coming along?
Amazing.
Do you think your recipient is going to love it?
You bet.
I bet. For real. I'm going to add a fourth color. Oh my gosh. I know. I've done all of this with just 3 colors so far, and now I'm adding a 4th. Part of what I like to do is decide...
You have 3 balloons. You could do each balloon in 3 main colors.
Yep. I like to decide on as simple a palette as I possibly can. A palette is what colors you're selecting.
You're choosing.
Yeah. It can also be your taste, too. Like, wow. That's what I love about the language. Trying to use words to describe things. Sometimes they mean other things. In an art term, however, a palette is the color selection that you make. If you use all the colors, you can have a rainbow. I'm going to make this a cake. Yum, yum, yum. I know that Miss Rainbows loves vanilla. Right?
Yeah.
You're not a big chocolate cake fan.
No. I mean, I like chocolate icing. Or just a touch of chocolate, but I don't like a whole chunk of chocolate.
I love a whole chunk of chocolate. I would eat chocolate cake in its entirety, which I shouldn't.
Then next time I get a chocolate cupcake, I know who to give it to.
I thought we've already had that arrangement since you were like 4. Hi, Mom. No? It's now clearer? So now we're clearer. Oh. Did I use that there? I'm going to use it for my flames as well. Flames. And then I think I'm going to use little sparks in the sky. Fireworks work best if you're ever drawing fireworks on a darker background, because then it looks like they're lit up. But neither here nor there. In this case, this is what we're going to do. We're going to actually change them to be... Oops. The line art is just going to be... solid color there. That's one way to do a trick, is to make the color something like that. Alright, so I hope that you've had fun doing some color or some cakes and some presents, balloons, all the kind of traditional stuff that we might think of for celebration, like birthdays, and made it whatever you want to celebrate. And you can practice this for making cards for your friends or for your parents or for other family members like Miss Rainbows is doing right now. And make it whatever you want. Add pandas if you know your friend likes pandas, or add bats or spooky stuff if you like to have a Halloween party. Whatever you find your reason to celebrate, put it in your picture. I guess we're going to have our own cameras, right? The last time I tried to make her go on the same camera as me to say our goodbyes, she got upset with me. So, please don't make everybody... Oh, are we going on the same camera, or are you just going on your own? What?
Hi, everybody.
Hello. I'm in.
On the same camera now.
We're on the same camera now. So, guys, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you again this week at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.
Next week, not this week.
Next week. We just did this week. Maybe I do need to sleep all day. So we will see you again same time next week, and we'll let you know in the coming days or so when the new schedule is going to be, because we want to make sure that you guys can join us for more art and more learning and more fun. So, from me, Christina, at Sam Ian Art, and
me,
Miss Rainbow,
who's
gonna be a little different next time you see her, like maybe a whole year older.
Yeah.
It's not really gonna be noticeable, is it? We will see you next week when we are gonna celebrate, not celebration, but school.
Cool. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good celebration. Drop the mic.